Honestly, guys, at this point, I am just tired physically, emotionally, tired of this fandom. Not enough to leave, but you know what I mean. And partly the reason for that is just like, I'm confused about everything. I don't know what's the truth anymore. But you know what? We've been through so much bullshit these past few years, so why not just stick it out longer? We can do this! Anyway, hey guys, it's Sarah. There are some things that I should clarify in this video, stuff that you guys have been wondering, stuff I'm still confused about. But as I said, we're gonna get through this together. So anyway, here's the latest news that's been happening in the past couple days. Alright, starting off with a happy topic, it was One Direction's 7th year anniversary a couple days ago, as we all should know. And at first, none of the boys tweeted and we were like, okay, I guess they don't have to tweet, maybe they're all hanging out, which would be nice. But then later on in the day, we actually got our first tweet from Louis. So Louis says, wow, where's the time gone? All the love to the lads and of course you fans. Thanks for sticking around. Liam says, wow, we've been on an incredible journey. Special thanks to all of our fans for being there. You inspire me every day. And then of course, Harry says thank you 7 times and then says love you H. I just love the way Harry signs off his tweets like it's a personal handwritten letter to us. And then finally Niall pulls through and says 7 years. Wow, thank you for everything. You are all life changers. So I was so happy that all the boys tweeted, not just 1, not 2, not 3, but all 4. Because I mean, some people started to doubt that any of them would tweet. But I'm like, guys, just wait, they'll tweet. Okay, now this is the topic I really wanted to talk about. It's all about Louis. And before I go into the big news about this topic, I'll just show you some beautiful pictures of Louis being a model. Because, duh, that's what he is. Fuck. And speaking of Louis being a model, this tweet says Louis will be modeling. We're guessing it's for the fall and winter 2017 collection. Okay, listen, usually I'm not the one to believe update accounts, but at this point, if we get any good news in the fandom, I'm just willing to believe it, okay? After all the bullshit, I think I just want to believe Louis is gonna be a model. Even though he already is, you know? And guys, after seeing that slideshow, I have just gained more of an appreciation for Adidas. Like, I never knew I could love Adidas so much. Because Louis wears Adidas so much, now whenever I see an Adidas store or like a soccer ball or any Adidas sportswear, I'm just like, oh my god, Louis Tomlinson has to sponsor this place. So yeah, obviously this is Louis' fault. And also, speaking of Louis' clothing, someone made this post. So this says, something's weird with Louis' style. We're in the middle of July, it's almost August, it's hot, and he can't stop wearing jumpers, hoodies, long socks, tracksuits. It's like he wants to hide his body. We don't even see his tattoos anymore. The only thing he doesn't cover is his face and neck. What is happening? It's strange and it goes beyond it being some kind of fashion thing. I don't get people who think there's nothing off with this and aren't bothered by it. It's kind of weird because before even reading that post, I noticed that about Louis' fashion as well, but I just never thought too much about it. And it's weird because it is the middle of the summer, but he's not showing any skin. So tell me down below, do you guys think this is over-analyzing? Is this reaching? Or do you guys think this person actually has a point? Do you think it's weird how Louis is wearing this type of clothing in the middle of the summer? He hasn't shown skin in a while. Do you guys think he's hiding certain tattoos? Or do you think Louis might have some body image issues? So tell me all that below. Okay, obviously this wouldn't be a Queen Halo video if there wasn't some sort of drama to point out. Alright, so everybody on Twitter and Instagram and just everywhere is talking about the fact that Louis has an E tattoo on his hand. But that's not the thing. We all knew he had an E tattoo on his hand. But what people were pointing out is that his E tattoo for Eleanor always seems to look different in each picture. And not only that, in Louis' photo shoot in the behind the scenes, we also saw his hand without the E tattoo. And people were like, if this is actually a tattoo, why does it seem like he just wrote on his hand with marker? You can't just sometimes have a tattoo. And why would this tattoo look different if it is a tattoo? So let's see some photo evidence. So Louis posted this picture on his Instagram the other day, and if you look at his hand, you can clearly see the E. And this says, if you look at his E hand tattoo, you can clearly see a square of pixels surrounding it. Conclusion, it's photoshopped. So if you guys look really close, you can actually see the pixels around the E, making it look so fake. And then if you look at this behind the scenes shot of Louis, you can see that there's absolutely no E on his hand, and yes, that's the same hand where the E should be. And this says, I find it odd. Sometimes it's clearly an E, other times it doesn't look like an E, or is it just me? And if you guys look at the photo shoot picture versus the fan photo, one of the photos looks more like an E, and the other pic looks more like an L. Like, it doesn't look the same. And this says, these are two of Louis' E tattoos, modified a little to see them more clearly. No way, these are real, has to be drawn on. And you can see with these pictures, the E does look a little bit different. Do you think this is something that we shouldn't even care about? Because I've seen a lot of Larrys on Twitter actually against each other, debating against each other. Some Larrys find this to be a big deal, and other Larrys are saying, why do we even care? An E tattoo is not gonna stop me from shipping Larry or whatever, which actually I totally agree with. I don't think we should be so caught up on an E tattoo because, guys, isn't there like more important things to worry about in this fandom? Bigger things happening? Like, seriously, if that actually is a real tattoo, who cares? Look at Louis' complementary tattoos that correspond with Harry's tattoos. They look so much better, and that overpowers a little E on his hand, and that's if it even is real. So do you guys think that Louis would actually draw an E on his hand every day? Do you guys think that sounds logical? Is that something you think Louis would do? Because I mean, based on these photos, that's what it kind of looks like it is, marker. But I just don't know if Louis would be doing that. So yeah, tell me your thoughts about this below. Should we even care? Is this a big deal? Is it a tattoo or not? And guys, I saw this video on Instagram, and it's a girl drawing an E on her hand. She's basically showing you how easy it is to do this. I would laugh so hard if that's what Louis did every single day. Louis should definitely make a tutorial video on how he draws the E on his hand. And that's if he even does that. Okay, now this is more of a positive topic, and I understand this might be old news by now, but I'm not over it. So basically, in my opinion, I love Roman Kemp. I love when he interviews the boys, especially Louis and Harry. Roman Kemp does seem like a Larry shipper, because when Harry was on with him, the mariachi band sang a Larry Stylinson tweet, and now that Louis is on, they did the same thing with him in response to the Harry Styles tweet. And Roman Kemp did this intentionally. So just take a look at this clip.
We've got one here which is actually a reply to a tweet that I believe you guys have sang before.
Yeah, when Harry's tired, he doesn't even leave the seat when he wheezes.
Leave the seat when he wheezes. Hashtag wee mess we've got there. Right, amazing.
I mean, guys, just the fact that Louis and Harry were both smiling during the same moment on different days. They were both so happy about this. They were even mirroring on different days. They were both smiling, and then they both grabbed their headphones at the same time. How can they be this much of soulmates? To be doing the same thing, but on a totally different day, different month. Now that's fate. And speaking of Louis interviews, this is another interview I wanted to point out. The interviewer mentions Tomo the Tease, and just watch it.
It's like that little mischievous streak in me. Like, I know.
They call you Tomo the Tease. Tomo the Tease is what they call.
They can give me that title if they want. Yeah, it sounds like a stripper name.
If you guys are strippers, what would your stage name be?
He's Tomo the Tease.
It's almost like Louis wanted us to think he forgot about the time Harry said Tomo the Tease, but in reality, Louis clearly remembered. Like, Louis like, oh, that sounds like a stripper name. Yeah, that's because Harry gave you it. So now we got Tomo Top Dollar and Tomo the Tease.
Tomo Top Dollar?
Tomo the Tease.
Sounds like a stripper name.
I would rather go with Tomo the Tease, obviously, because Harry gave him that nickname. And I'm sure they've tried that name out behind the scenes. Also, speaking of Louis, I wanted to dedicate this topic to Louis' successes and his future projects coming up, because this is always good stuff to hear. So this says, Back to You is only approximately 300 copies away from surpassing Despacito and claiming that #1 spot on US iTunes and about 1,000 copies on UK iTunes. We did that, fam. This also says Louis' documentary will be out in approximately 2 weeks. It will include footage of fans being interviewed, him meeting fans, and doing promo. Okay, so not only is Louis coming out with another photo shoot and modeling pics, but we're gonna have a documentary. I think I might have discussed this in one of my other videos, but I'm not sure. Can this documentary be like 10 hours long? And yes, I will pay for it. That shit is worth it. This also says, are you already thinking about a European tour? And Louis says, yeah, definitely. There's definitely gonna be a tour. It's my biggest ambition with the album, and there's nothing official about it yet, but it's probably going to be in the second half of 2018. I would love to. Notice how Louis says the second half of 2018 for his tour. Let me just remind you that Harry finishes his tour the first half of 2018, so Louis didn't want to conflict with Harry's tour. Again, pick someone who's supportive. But also, like, it's just smart. Louis knows that not as many people would come to his tour if he did it while Harry was doing his. But aside from that, do these boys just think we have so much money? Like, I don't have enough to go to Harry's and Louis', and then I heard Niall has a 2018 tour. Why can't they all just tour together? Then I can just spend this much money on all of them at the same time. You know, how it used to be. This post also says, Louis' team didn't build an image or create press to make Louis more likable after the horrendous press. How are the general public expected to support him and his single? It's really no wonder the support has been weak. Louis has an uphill battle to climb because this promo round in the UK has a lot of work to do. #1, it's his chance at a redemption. #2, he needs to convince people to support him and make them like him. And 3, sell his single at the same time. His UK team really did a number on him. It didn't help him turn things around before he launched a solo career. You can't sell a solo debut and a solo artist with that kind of bad press running. Worse, it still continues to run in the tabloids. This wouldn't happen to any other celebrity, but for Louis, it seems to be the norm. Okay guys, the first time I read that, I actually just felt really sad for Louis. Louis' team of people really aren't that good. Louis not getting the right press he deserves, especially after all that drama that went down, like at the airport, and with him punching a girl, and like Eleanor and all that. And his team did nothing about it. They didn't rebuild a positive image for him, so Louis technically doing this by himself. That means us as a fan base have to try harder to get Louis to #1. So yeah, tell me if you agree with that post down below. So I saved this topic for last just to reassure you guys that there's nothing to worry about. This is all bullshit. So yes, I know this sounds like a negative topic, but it really isn't. So this picture of Harry surfaced in New York City, and apparently he is talking to Camille Rowe, that model that Nick Grimshaw showed to Harry during the heart rate monitor test. And it's funny because his heart rate went down for her, so like literally guys, in the picture, Harry is just looking at her and having a conversation. She's barely even in the photo anyway. And the picture is so grainy, it's not even high quality, so it's hard to even tell what's going on. But Harry just looks like he's just sitting there having fun. He's just being casual. Why can't Harry just talk to people? Why can't Harry have friends who are girls? Why can't Harry be friendly with people? Like, the media makes fun of us for thinking Louis and Harry are together when we have legit reasons to think so. But when it comes to Harry talking to a female, they think that's romance just because they're the opposite sex. Like, damn, what's the logic in that? So yeah, I don't know where this picture came from, but I've been hearing that it was on The Sun's website. And of course, as we know, The Sun is bullshit. The only Sun I appreciate is Louis Tomlinson. But you know what? I haven't been seeing too much drama surrounding this photo. I've only seen it a couple times, so it might not even be a big deal. I don't want to draw any more attention to it. Hopefully, nothing more comes out of this photo. I don't want to see Harry with another winter girlfriend. There's already too much bullshit going on. Okay, anyway guys, that is all the news for today. Again, if I missed anything, just leave it down below or put it on my Twitter or whatever. And like always, I make a video whenever I want, so like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. What should they do, Harry?
They should subscribe to this channel.
There you go. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.